I was in the second grade when Miss Seastrunk took us to the symphony. We got to get on a big yellow bus and go downtown where the red brick streets are. And it seemed like every second grader in the state of Texas was in that auditorium that day. And there I was on the front row of the balcony. As the musicians began to warm up, it just sounded like a bunch of noise. Everyone playing a beautiful part, but not together. And I just thought to myself, if this is what this concert is, get me out of here. How long can this noise last? And then this guy came out with a stick and he patted it on the music stand, and all that noise turned into one beautiful chord, and then the chord turned into Vivaldi and Mozart and Brahms. It was symphonic. It was amazing. Life gets hectic the older that we get. We don't get to stay second graders, and we go to college and get married, and we have children and mortgages and minivans and more children, and life just gets to be noisy, and it's beautiful. Everything in life is beautiful, but I got to the point where everything in my life was sort of doing its own thing, and I struggled with, why am I here? What direction am I going? What on earth is my purpose? And then I got on a plane and I went to El Salvador. And I met this little girl named Chauncey. She was 5. And she's the little girl that my family sponsored through Compassion International, this organization that meets the physical and spiritual needs of children all over the world. And I was just her sponsor, but she treated me like I was her best friend or her favorite uncle. And I pushed her in a swing and I tickled her, and she laughed at how badly I spoke Spanish, and I spun her around like a helicopter until she got sick and I had to share my Gatorade. And I carried her on my shoulders through the marketplace in San Salvador, and we shared a popsicle together. And at the end of that day, on the bus ride to take her home, she fell asleep with her sweaty face against my chest. And I remember looking down at her and brushing the hair away from her eyes, and all the noise of my life, all the busyness, it just became one chord, just one beautiful moment where suddenly it all made sense. And it was an aha moment where I realized, this is why God made me. This is why I make music. This is why I do what I do. For the last 6 years since that bus ride with Chauncey, I've found meaning for my own life in connecting Christians in the first world who are in need of purpose with children in the third world who are simply in need. And those 6 years have now been turned into lyrics and chords and melody that I want to share with you, my Third World Symphony. And my prayer is that God uses this music to lead you to your own purpose, to your own life of beauty and